Hello students, welcome to your grammar paper, module 2, unit 4, tenses. In module 2 also you have got 3 units. So this is the first unit in module 2. So you know tenses, right? We have got 3 tenses: present, past and future. And I'm quite sure that each and every one of you know what a tense stands for. It shows time, the time of action of an event takes place. So now let us look into your text. What are tenses? Tense of a verb is the form of the verb that shows the time of action. As we mentioned, we have got 3 tenses: past, present and future. So it definitely shows the time of action. Verbs are called action words or doing words because they tell us which action is being performed. They also tell us, of course, what do we mean by a verb? Verb is a word which shows action, like study, cry, what else? Sit, stand, dance, sing. It shows some kind of action. Verbs show some kind of action. So the time period in which that action takes place, that is what you mean by tense. Okay, so the verb form makes it clear about when the event happened. For example, she sings very well. That is, of course, we are talking about the present. The word sings stands for present tense. Then she used to sang very well. Sang is the past form. She used to do that at some point of her time. Then she will be singing very well. So after a great effort or practice, she'll be singing very well. That is future tense, like that. So that same verb, sing, that is that which shows the course of action, is identified with the help of the time period in which the event took place. So verbs are called action words or doing words because they tell us which action is being performed. They also tell us about the time of the action, which may be the time still to come, the time that is current, or the time already past. Time still to come, future. Time that is current is present, and or the time already past is the past tense. It is the tense of the verb that indicates the time in which a specific action takes place. Of course, that is what I explained with the help of an example. Tense of the verb that indicates the time in which a specific action takes place. Only finite verbs have tense forms. Non-finite verb forms cannot be expressed in the tense structure. What is finite and non-finite verb we'll be looking into when we reach that point in your text. Okay, otherwise you will get confused without any reference to it. So we will discuss about what is a finite verb and what is a non-finite verb when we deal with it in the respective places. Okay, so only finite verbs have tense forms. Non-finite verb forms cannot be expressed in the tense structure. So how that form, non-finite verb forms are expressed in tense structure, we'll learn in this lesson itself. Okay, so the 3 tense forms are past, present and future, as we mentioned. Each of these tenses have 4 distinctive forms that you might have learned in your lower classes, like the forms like simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Similarly, simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Again, simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous. You might, definitely you might be familiar with these terms or these four distinctive forms of tenses in your lower classes. Now let us look into um, these forms in detail with the help of examples. Okay, the various tense forms are succinctly explained in the table using the verb teach. Okay, so first of all, let us look into the definitions of what these simple continuous perfect and perfect continuous forms stands for. So when it comes to present tense, simple present is used for used to show regular routine happenings, things that are always true. Okay, that is, she sings, that is a simple present. Used and present continuous used for actions that are in progress, that is temporary situations. She is singing a song. Of course, that will be over when the song is over, so it's a temporary situation. Okay, she is singing. Used then, present perfect is used for something that has already happened without specifying when it occurred. So we won't be giving any kind of what exam, not time period will not be mentioned well when it comes to present perfect. And in present perfect continuous is used for an activity that started in the past and is still in progress. So now let us look into the examples, then you will get it better in a better way. This look into the example for simple present. I teach, or they teach, or she teaches. Continuous, I am teaching, like she is singing. Then perfect, she has taught, or she has sang. Perfect continuous, and there of course sang is a past word, but the verb is has, helping verb has actually indicates the tense. Then coming to present perfect continuous, she or he has been teaching, that is present perfect continuous. Okay, so you got the idea. Simple present stands for immediate reactions and reportage, future events that are part of official arrangements. It also used for presenting a form of narration, especially jokes. We used to say, especially we you have a lesson about dialogue writing, right? In that we definitely use simple present most of the times, because it is written in a conversational manner. So definitely it is in the direct speech and you are having a face-to-face conversation with somebody, so simple present will be the most appropriate thing, and even the present continuous. Anyway, present continuous helps to explain development trends, that is like development trends in the sense of one action is going on, narration, repeated actions, future actions already arranged, etc. Like I am teaching, you are teaching, they are teaching, he is teaching. Then coming to perfect, present perfect, something that happened or started in the past and is now complete. They have taught, she has taught. Have and has indicates the tense there. Okay, have is used with plural and has is used with singular. Something that happened or started in the past and is now complete. The effect of an activity, it also shows the effect of an activity, and by suggesting that something has been achieved. Then coming to perfect continuous, activities repeated until the present. Then expressing duration of an action, they have been teaching, she has been teaching, like she has been teaching for an hour, like it is going on, we don't know when it will end. She has been teaching for an hour, like that. I hope with the examples the idea is clear. Now coming to past, let us see. Past definitely indicates, simple past indicates something that happened at a specific time. Situations are also situations that existed earlier but not anymore. They taught, he taught, she taught. That thing is over. It happened somewhere in the past, as in that teacher taught me. We used to tell like that, right? Then, past continuous to indicate a temporary situation that existed in the past. Example, I was teaching. I was teaching in that particular school last year, like that. You, we, they were teaching. He or she was teaching, like that. Then coming to present, not present, sorry, past perfect. To describe a past situation or activity that that took place before another past activity. To describe a past situation or activity that took place before another past activity. For example, they had taught, he had taught, she had taught in that school, like that. Now past perfect to describe an activity that happened over a period of time of up to a particular past time, or the continuity of duration of an activity. For example, I had been teaching, he had been teaching. That is a perfectly being it shows some time period where you or me spend a particular amount of time at some institution or something like that. Okay, I hope it is clear with the help of example. They taught, I taught, I was teaching, I had taught, I had been teaching. Just look into one example, it will be more clearer to you. Now coming to future tense. Simple future to indicate a prediction. Definitely, it's all about future predictions. I will teach. I will teach. That is simple future tense. Continuous, future continuous. To describe an activity that will begin in the future. I will be teaching. Okay, this is my aim. I will be teaching in future. Like that. Perfect. To indicate a completed activity at a particular time in the future. I will have taught. You will have taught. We definitely won't use future perfect unless and until it is such a necessary situation. That is why you are getting like a little bit confused with that word. He will have taught, like that. Perfect continuous to indicate the duration of a continuing activity at a particular time in the future. Okay, for example, he will have been teaching. Usually we won't use future perfect or future perfect continuous in our normal conversation. That's why it seems to be a bit odd to you. But definitely you will be getting questions based on that, and so you have to look into it. He will teach, he will be simple future, he will teach, future continuous, he will be teaching, future perfect, he will have taught, future perfect continuous, he will have been teaching. So got the point? So these descriptions are for to make you people understand how this exercise has to be dealt with. You won't be getting questions based on these descriptions, as in to define tense or to give examples. Your question pattern is not like that. You will be getting exercises to work out or to apply these things you are learning in theory. Okay, so here we have got exercises to sample exercises. For your exams you will be getting new exercises. You are not supposed to expect any kind of examples or any kind of any questions from this. You can just keep this as sample exercises which you can work out and practice. You will be definitely getting new questions to answer for your exams. So let us look into the usage of correct tense forms in this forms of the verbs given in brackets. We dash our grandparents every weekend. Visit is given in the brackets. Answer is visit itself. Okay, there is no change in the change of tense there. Okay, we visit our grandparents every weekend. No change in tense. 4 generations of his family dash in that house for over 150 years. Live. It shows a past action, so, and also a complete action, so past perfect kind of thing. So 4 generations of his family have lived in that house for over 150 years. Have lived, H-A-V-E, have lived in that house for over 150 years. I dashed to him over the phone many times, but we have never met. Speak is the verb form. It also shows a past action. So have spoken, H-A-V-E, have spoken to him over the phone many times, but we have never met. The next question, people dash at the counter to buy tickets for the afternoon show since 10 a.m. today. Queue up. So it is, of course, you know that it is a present action, present continuous action. So what will be it? It's a kind of present perfect tense we need there, right? People have been queuing up. The people have been queuing up. Queuing. People have been queuing up at the counter to buy tickets for the afternoon show. Next question. Leta and I dashed to cinema as planned earlier. What is it? Go is being given in the brackets. Leta and I am or are. Leta and I are going to the cinema as planned earlier, because Leta and I are going to the cinema as planned earlier. The award dashed by the chief guest at the function tomorrow evening. The award will be presented by the chief guest at the function tomorrow evening, because it is about future. Will be presented. The celebrity was annoyed at dash by the press. This word is photograph. Here a little bit of change in the tense form with the help of another helping word is being used. The celebrity was annoyed at being photographed by the press. Was annoyed at being, B-E-I-N-G, being photographed by the press. When the test dash, you must observe the results carefully. When the test is being done, you must observe the results carefully. When the test is being done, B-E-I-N-G. When the test is being done, D-O-N-E, you must observe the rules carefully. Had he dashed the risk involved, he would never have invested such a huge amount. Had he known, K-N-O-W-N, had he known the risk involved, he would never have invested such a huge amount. If we dash the map, we would have reached the destination earlier. If we had consulted the map. If we had consulted the map. Next question. I dash in that bungalow if I were that rich. I would have lived. I would have lived. L-I-V-E-D. I would have lived in that bungalow if I were that rich. I shed dash if the boy had not informed the fire force. I shed the shed dash if the boy had not informed the fire force. The shed dash burned down is in the brackets. The shed would have been burned down. The shed would have been burned down. Would have been burned down. Anyway, fill in the blanks in the passage with the correct forms of the tenses given in the brackets. That Saturday afternoon, I took the train to Coimbatore to attend my first job interview. It, in brackets B, correct form of B is it dash not a cushy job that paid well. It was not a cushy job. It was not a cushy job that paid well. But then the entire burden of looking after a family of 7 members, 2 below the age of 12, was on my shoulders. I took a cursory look at myself in the stained window glass as I pushed my way into the compartment to find a seat. I dash begin to look older than my real age. Begin, here it is about the past continuous action. I was beginning. I was beginning. BEGINNING. I was beginning to look older than my real age. Hard work and lack of sleep dash leave indelible marks on what was once upon a time a youthful countenance. Hard work and lack of sleep had left. Had left. Past tense, had left. I settled down after placing my briefcase under one of the seats. Suddenly, I dashed gripped by a strange fear and started searching desperately in my briefcase. I was gripped, GRIPPED. I was gripped by a strange fear and started searching desperately in my briefcase. Even without looking up, I could sense my fellow passengers stare at me with concern. Fellow passengers staring at me with concern. I took out the articles, certificates, books, a pen, and other knickknacks one by one, and viewed. There it was, perfectly intact and exactly where I, in brackets, put it, where I had put. The old lady sitting next to me could not contain her curiosity anymore. Did you forget something? She asked with concern writ large in her eyes. I gave her my best smile and replied truthfully, dash, I dash, again think and forget in the brackets. I thought I had forgotten. Okay, I thought, first dash, I thought I had forgotten, had forgotten. But thank God it is very much there in my bag. It's this tea pencil with the fluffy animal topper. I dash carry it with me wherever I go. I There was no change in the tense form. I carry it with me wherever I go. I carry. I believe it bring luck. I believe it brings luck. Present tense. I believe it brings luck. It is my lucky mascot, you know. The look of concern in her eyes slowly dash to dismay and disdain. And the verb form is turned, slowly turned, T-U-R-N-A-D, T-U-R-N-A-D, turned to dismay and disdain. She smiled back, but I don't remember what I saw in that smile of hers that made me regret. I dash the truth. In brackets, it is speak. I spoke the truth. So, I hope all the answers are clear for you uh, by this time. Now you can look back to the examples, and that will actually give you a more clearer picture of what you have actually dealt with now. And you'll be getting questions like this 1 mark questions to fill in with the correct form of verb for your exams also. So please work out the exercises and prepare well so that you can do your exercises that you will get for your exams well. Thank you all.